doing? I am just a mouth. Yes, how we doing? I hope it's well, I hope it's good. All that jazz. Sorry, I'm all over the shop today. Brain fog's been a bit crap. I'm tired, I'm aching, my back is hurting like there's no tomorrow. Which isn't that nice. We've done a full... We have done a full day at work. So there's that. Yay. I'm not in work tomorrow. I have the day off. If it's not one pain somewhere, it's a pain somewhere else. It feels like there's someone trying to rip an ovary out of me. Probably TMI, but don't care. I don't care today. It feels like someone... Because someone did. Someone had messed with my leading seat. That would be... Here, it's a seat. Hi, brain fog. How you doing? Yeah, I am... I feel like we should maybe possibly kind of touch on misconceptions. But personally, with Crohn's disease, I'm not going to be speaking for ulcerative colitis. My journey is with Crohn's disease, it is not with UC, so I'm sorry, I'm not going to, you know, I know what's being said to me and all that sort of stuff, so, you know, I'm not going to speak from someone else's perspective when I haven't got it, you know. One thing, brain fog. It's real today. Okay, misconceptions with Crohn's disease. People, I think, a lot of people, when it's first sort of explained to them, will sort of take away that, oh, so it's just shitting. So you just shit a lot. No. You can have people that have got Crohn's disease that suffer from constipation. So straight away, no, it's not just shit a lot. You can have people that have got Crohn's disease and have normal functioning bowel movements, but they can be in agony all the time. You know? And it's not all about having poo bags. Not everyone has a poo bag. Not everyone will end up with a poo bag. Each person's Crohn's essentially and how their body is will kind of decide that for them, / they will decide based on their own journey with Crohn's. I'm at the point where I would rather I feel the thing that's how do I word it? literally all I need, because I know I can pull up just around this corner. I'm at the point when I would rather personally, for me, for my journey, not for anybody else's. I do not want anyone to think that I'm saying that everybody should do what I've come to accept is, I think, is going to be my future. I would much rather have all of it taken away than go through that pain, or to continue going through the pain that I'm having. I'm terrified of having a bag. Do not think that I'm not. I'm absolutely petrified of the thought of having a bag. I'm petrified of the thought of having to go through surgery. But logically speaking, surely it'd make more sense to take that away, what's causing the issue, completely, so that then it can't come back in another part and then cause issues in, you know, X part, and then you've got an issue in Y part because of Z. I'm at that point where I've accepted it. I pretty much, you know, if that's what the doctors say they want to do, then we'll do it, you know. But it does terrify me that the thought of going through all of that is not being taken. It's not being taken lightly. This has been months, and you know, you're essentially, you know, I've been officially diagnosed for what, 13-14 months. I've lost so much time just from diagnosis. Not before. I'm not even counting before. But I have lost so much time just since being diagnosed, being laid up, being ill, having to not go to things, cancelling things, you know. And yeah, okay, what a lot of you guys have seen has been not a front, it's not a front, but you know, me when I'm feeling decent, you know. And I do plan to try to show more of when I am feeling crap. It's just very hard, you know. It's just very hard to finally get up and go to sit in front of any kind of camera and talk about something that you're going through in that moment, because it's hard enough to talk about it right now. And yeah, I've had pain, very attractive. We're at this point, man, we're at this point. It's hard enough to sit and talk about it when you're not actively in it, if you want to put it in any kind of way, or it's not, you know, right in front of you, than it is to sit and talk about it whilst you're going through it. I'm sorry. It is very hard. At the end of the day, this is a chronic illness. It is not something to be taken lightly. But I've essentially made that decision in my head already. Because when my consultant said it to me, just after the whole thing with the modulin, I completely lost it. in my dad's truck as we was coming back from the hospital, to the point where he just sent me home because I wasn't going to be any good 21. I'd sort of thought about it, but you know, it was a bit like, you know, no, you know, I'm not gonna, we're not thinking about this kind of thing. Since then, I've had, you know, near enough 3 weeks off work. I've had time to sit and really think, and I've got quite a bit of time of when I am at work, I'm on my own. So I have time then to sit and think and analyse myself and what I think would be probably best for me. So if it is that is what's suggested, then I will go with what they suggest, because I can't keep losing time the way I am. I go to work and I go home and I'll have a bath of an evening. Some days I might be able to cook, some days I may not. You know, I'm probably cooking 4 or 5 days out of the week. If not, then it's something that's a slam in the oven, which I don't really count as cooking. And my thought process is I am 26. I'm young, you know, for all intents, regardless of how I feel, I'm young. I don't want. I don't want to keep losing out on time like it. You feel like you're missing out all the time, and it can be just something as simple as going out for a meal with friends. It doesn't happen. Or it does happen, but the whole time while you're eating, you're sitting there and you're anxious. You're so anxious because if it's, you know, you don't know if what you've eaten is going to agree with you, if it isn't, or, you know, how long are you going to be up all night in pain? How long are you going to be up throwing up? You don't know that, you know. It is not a decision or anything that will be taken lightly. I will sit and think about it again. If it is something that is brought up whenever I get to see this consultant, it's definitely not something that's been that I'm, you know, saying, oh, we'll just cut it all out and we'll just go have a baggery. It's not that case whatsoever. It is something I've thought about long and hard. And in my head, logically speaking, it would make a lot more sense to just take it away so it can't keep coming back. You know? So another misconception is, I'll just have a bag, it'll be easy. No. Making that decision to have such a huge part of your body removed, you can't even begin. It's not an easy or light decision to make. but it's one that I've come to and I accept. It doesn't mean that I don't find it hard or emotional, because it is you're asking for part of you to be taken away, regardless of how often you may think, or a normal person may think of their body, their insides and all that. It is just so. No, it's not all about shitting. We can also be constipated. Someone can just shit normally and deal with pain. It doesn't just affect old people, or, you know, I think I read somewhere online the majority of people affected are above 30 or something like that. Might be a complete tosh, it might be a completely different age bracket, but it was definitely said to me that, oh, you're young to have it. No, I'm bloody not. I am not young to have it. There are a lot of people my age that have it. There are a lot of people younger than me that have it. There are a lot of people younger than me that have had to go through surgery of having their entire intestines and bowel removed. You know, so I'm not sitting here, I'm not saying I've got it the worst or I've got it the hardest. Absolutely not. I am not saying that. I never will say that, because there is always some poor bugger that is a whole lot worse off than what I am. Always. There always will be. But as much as someone else can't completely understand my journey, I can't understand other people's. I can sympathise, I will always sympathise, I will never I will never say that someone's journey isn't true, or isn't this, or isn't that, or isn't the other, because it is a very personal thing. You know, for me, it took me so long to tell family and friends, because I was fucking ashamed. I was ashamed. I don't want anyone else to feel ashamed like it, because as much as you can say logically it is not your fault, no one can ever blame you, but the shame is still there, and it's so, it's so wrong. No one should feel ashamed from this, because it is not your fault. It is no one's fault that they get this, that anyone gets anything. Okay, I'm speaking specifically about this, you know? It is no one's fault. You don't ask for it. But it took me a long time to tell people about this. And the whole reason why I started this was because I wanted to show the people that you are okay to have this. You are not a weirdo, you are not a freak, there is nothing wrong with you. We're just a little bit more quirky than some other people. We just shit differently. And I always will try to bring humour into everything, because it's how I prefer to deal with things. It's the stigmas that come attached to it, because I've spoken to a few people that have got this. And you know, people are so worried about smelling or anything like that, and 9 times out of 10 you don't smell. It's your head telling you smell. And the 10th time is more likely something where you've just forgotten to put deodorant or whatever, you know. No. People with Crohn's disease come in all shapes and sizes. What we do. We all shit differently. Not one of us is the same as anybody else. Which is one of the things that I think that needs to be remembered by always. Just, you know, our own journeys are exactly that, our own journeys. We may have similar symptoms, but me and Joe Blogs next door that has it, whatever, you know, we ain't gonna be the same. It's like people who said to me, oh yeah, I've got IBS, I know what it's like. You can sympathise with it, you can't. IBD is not IBS. People can have IBD and have IBS. But please don't think that if someone has IBD that it's just a little bit worse than IBS. It is completely different. It is a completely different beast thing altogether. So, stigmas, shove them up your ass. We don't want them, or I don't want them. I'm not interested in them. I am just trying to share my personal journey. I'm trying to show others with whatever they've got wrong with them that it is okay. You will be okay, I will be okay, maybe. I'm just trying to show people that it will be alright, you know? So, I hope you're well. If you are, stay well. If you're not, I hope you get well very quickly. Stay well, stay hydrated, eat whatever you can, sleep well, all that jazz. And I will see you guys in the next one. And stay safe out there. Bye.